So I'm Cooper Heisey here with Cheeto Man,
Miguelino.
Cheeto Fingers, Anthony Miguelino, and
Just a bit hungry.
Lipperstein. So this is the Week 11, Week 12, actually, NFL podcast. So there was Thanksgiving games this week, obviously. First of all, hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving.
Indeed.
Los Angeles Chargers beat the Cowboys 28-6. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I was not too happy about that game. Dallas looked terrible once again for the third straight week. Just Dak Prescott is playing hard without Ezekiel Elliott. I was not expecting this performance at all.
Well,
I was expecting the performance of... I got a Cheeto stuck.
oh, okay. Lip, I'm really sorry. I couldn't hear what you were saying. I was too busy eating my bag of delicious Cheetos over here. But let me just say that America's team really disappointing on America's favorite holiday.
Yep.
I think you should be embarrassed to be a fan to rep that Star of David on the chest over there.
Yeah. All right, so Detroit lost to Minnesota. Minnesota is 9-2. They have the second best record in the NFC behind the Eagles. But as we've been saying for a while, they're just playing great football. Case Keenum has come onto the scene. He's burst onto the scene. He's playing unbelievable. Adam Thielen, one of the best receivers I've ever seen, putting white guys on the map.
Shout out me for that.
Shout out Adam Thielen.
I was kind of hoping that he was not going to play too well because I was hoping for Teddy Bridgewater to finally come back, but
No.
that's obviously not going to happen anytime soon.
He's pulled an RG3.
Lip, I feel like I'm having deja vu because if you look at our previous podcast, I believe you said the exact same thing. Indeed. So come up with some original crap, please.
So, Washington Redskins finally got a win over there. Good job, Migs.
Yeah,
20-10, but I mean,
The
it was
sorry-ass
against the
Giants.
Giants.
No one cares about that.
Wow, we
game.
beat a really fantastic team, Washington. Nice win. Yeah, and it took us all 4 quarters to get them out of the game, and we only put up 20 points. Nice game. Really nice
Where did
game.
Davis play that game? See the top
One
of the
target.
rating?
One target and
No
ended with a
catches?
goose egg in fantasy.
So, Atlanta looks like they got a new quarterback in town, Mohamed Sanu, threw a 51-yard bomb to Julio Jones. He's actually 6 for 6 with 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions,
He has a
with an
perfect QB
158 QB rating, which is perfect. So he's better than every quarterback in the NFL right now. So, I mean, congratulations to Julio Jones.
Lip, do you
Julio
find it?
Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah.
Mohamed Sanu, yeah.
Lip, do you find it? Do you find it bad that Mohamed Sanu has more passing touchdowns off of one throw in 3 games than Dak Prescott?
It is very embarrassing. I want Dak Prescott to be benched at this point. Teach him a lesson a little bit. Put in Cooper Rush.
Who?
Cooper
They're-
Rush.
They're back
Cooper
at
Rush.
From
QB.
Central Michigan, yeah.
Oh, nice. Central Michigan people are quite talented if you all watched last night's game.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown, baby.
So we'll skip to that real quick. The Steelers won on a last-second field goal once again. They beat the Packers. Brett Hundley was extremely impressive. Obviously, I watched the whole game.
He played really good.
200,
Maybe he'll take over as
276
starter.
yards, 3 touchdowns. Kind of reminds me of when Aaron Rodgers took over for Brett Favre, and everyone's like, "Who is this guy?"
A bit of a
'Cause-
slow start.
Yeah, but Brett Hundley's been under Rodgers for I think 2 or 3 years now. Had a fantastic career at UCLA, so it'll be interesting to see what the rest of his career is. Considering Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and obviously be the starter right away because he's a fantastic ball player.
It is an interesting situation because if, hypothetically speaking, like they do make the playoffs with Hundley, who knows what they would do
Yeah.
at that point.
You
That
know.
could be the same situation with the Cowboys last
Well,
year.
they were saying that Rodgers is going to come back soon, and Hundley, one good game isn't going to make them start Hundley over Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, who's made them a
Yeah,
average
but then again,
team to a great
you
team.
talk about Brett Favre though, how he took over from Brett
Yeah.
Favre.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen
You know.
in these days.
I think that one game shed some positive light on Brett Hundley. A lot of negative whispers have been spoken about Brett Hundley in the past few weeks, but I think he's good. But at the end of the day, there's one man on that field that no one's able to guard, and he impacts the game like it's something I've never seen, and that man is Antonio Brown. Absolutely spectacular talent.
And, how much were you down by in fantasy going into that game?
51,
And how much did he have for you?
44. So thank you, Antonio Brown. I will name my firstborn child after you.
So who was it? Oh, the Buffalo Bills. They benched Tyrod Taylor last week. We didn't get to talk about that for no reason. Started Nathan Peterman threw 5 interceptions, and then they bounced back this week and beat Kansas City 16-10. So Tyrod Taylor obviously got the start. He played pretty well, and I think that the Bills were a little mixed up there, just benching him for virtually no reason at all, which is
He's been having a
ridiculous.
very good year. He's barely thrown any interceptions. They're trying to blame those losses on him, but I
Yeah,
honestly didn't think
Tyrod's
it was
been
that
playing-
it was
he's been
his
playing
fault.
fine.
No, yeah.
And well, you want to talk about the Chiefs? How
Well-
they've been playing the last 5 weeks?
The Chiefs are terrible. The Steelers
They're
started
so
that whole
bad.
thing with handing them a loss, and now they've lost
Five
Five in a
five
row.
five in a row.
They started off 6-0 now.
And
they're
all
6-5.
to some, besides outside of the Steelers, all to some mediocre teams.
Yeah,
Really.
they did.
And wait, didn't they lose to the Eagles? I think.
Lost to Dallas also.
Yeah, so
Yeah, mediocrity.
Seattle beat San Francisco. No surprise there. Oakland beat Denver. There was a bench clearing brawl, which is pretty cool. Michael Crabtree he's on one of our friends' teams. Got jumped, in the middle of a game. I've never seen something like that before.
Yeah.
Arizona finally beat Jackson, or finally got a win and
that was a
ended
big shocker.
Jacksonville's streak.
Yeah,
I wasn't
nice.
expecting that at all.
Nice
I thought Jacksonville was gonna be 8-2 if they would have, or no 8-3 if they would have won that
Yeah.
game.
So
Nice win, Jacksonville. Yeah, really good job. Yeah, you guys played spectacular defense. Yeah, I started you guys on defense in fantasy, and you guys just seemed to disappoint. So thank you.
So the Rams also ended another winning streak. The New Orleans Saints. The Rams
That was a good
the Rams are for real. I mean, everyone's like, oh, they're winning games. They're not really beating anybody, but they beat the Saints, who were on fire offensively, and ended their streak. And that's good. That means that when they get into the playoffs, they're going to be able to beat some good teams, and I think they can make a run, especially in the weak NFC.
Jared Goff's looking like a future talent.
Bona fide
The
superstar.
Rams-
superstar.
The Rams
Indeed.
defense really did hold Drew Brees though under a lot of yards that game too.
Yeah.
I think he only had like 100 yards going into the fourth quarter too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's be honest, that offense, it's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Their defense looks like it's coming together. Their coach has been doing a good job. Really turned this team around.
Talk about an unstoppable defense and a rolling offense. The Philadelphia Eagles,
Unbelievable.
10-1, beat the Chicago
that was a
Bears, but
no-brainer.
31-3. I mean, they're lights out.
Xander, are they still overrated? I mean,
I probably wouldn't
Would you-
say they are anymore.
would you
they've proven to me that they can really beat any team now.
I was gonna say you considered the Cowboys a good team,
I'm just a
And
hater
they
for the
kinda-
Eagles. I've always hated
and they
them.
kind of spanked them. So,
Yeah, I know.
so I'm just saying.
So
They're the real deal. They're the real
the
deal.
New York Jets continue to hang in but not get the job done against the Panthers. It was a back and forth affair. It was a really good game actually for the fans, but the Jets didn't come out on top, unfortunately, for this New York area that we live in. But they have a good future ahead of them with Josh McCown.
a good future.
I couldn't say it with a straight face.
See, but talking about the Panthers here, the Panthers show me something like every other week. Like last week, they had not last week, 2 weeks ago, they had a spectacular game. Everyone was going off for them on that Monday night game. Then this game, like, it kept going back and forth, and they finally won it with their defense at the end of the game, which, I mean, I could see them making a deep run in the playoffs, but it all depends. They're
But
more of a
we have a
Question.
inquiry
From the audience.
the audience.
Inquiry. You mean? Face right to it.
My friend Xander Lipschitz claimed that Drew Brees only had 100 yards. He had 246.
Going into the fourth quarter, I said.
He had 246.
Going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I can't find that stat. Sorry. Must have been a misinterpretation of my words. But can I actually add in something real quick? Actually, on their 8-game win streak, the Saints, it was really their defense that was holding them up. You guys kept talking about their offense, but Drew Brees only had 12 touchdowns and 5 interceptions through those 8 games. That's not that great. That's not very impressive numbers. If you, yeah, but you were saying specifically about the passing game, and thank you.
Well,
All right, thank
couldn't agree
you.
more
So
with that.
on that note, we're going to end the Week 12 NFL football podcast. Thank you, and have a great week.